So, hey guys, Chauzu here. Today we're going to talk a bit more about the World Cruise. We're soon going to talk specific PvP strategies since that's the first part of the World Cruise. But first, I want to make you aware of the fact that the website is live now with the teams we have been divided in. So just go to Notices, click the World Cruise tab, read more, and then read more again. And you will be taken to the website with your ID on it. So as you can see here for me, I will be in Team Robin. And sure, the teams will compete against each other, but the difference in rewards is very small. The big deal here is to do super well in your team. If we go down a bit, we also see that they've updated some info with how the rankings will work. A lot of people are confused with this, and I want to note that we don't have a 100% confirmation, but I'm going to explain to you my best knowledge of how this will work. So as you see, here we have points that you'll get for how you finish. And the first confusion many feel like is like, okay, so if you finish first in global in PvP, you'll get 100 points. No. PvP on global only starts on Friday for World Cruise. You can't run in-game ranking. The ranking that this will be based on is the ranking for your team. So we have Pyro Rumble here. We have the Robin ranking. Whoever finishes first in the website ranking for Robin gets 100 points. Second place gets 95 points, and so on. And you might ask, what is the difference between the website rank and the in-game rank? And the website rank starts on Friday, so it's only a result from news hour on Friday. That's European time. For Americans, it's Thursday, I guess, late in the night. But also, not only that, this ranking will not only be global, but it will also be Japan players. So we're competing with Japan. So the number one player, if it's from Japan, he gets 100 points, and no player from global can get 100 points. So it's truly a world cruise, so to say. We compete with Japan, which is what's fun. One thing to note, though, is that it doesn't really matter how many points you get. Like, if you get like 5,000 points in PvP, let's say that, and you end up 50th place, it doesn't matter if the 11th place got 12,000 points. You still get 50 points each. So this does change the strategy a bit. We'll get into that a bit soon. But basically, there's less pressure to do really well in PvP now, especially since there seems to be multipliers, as we can see here. So basically, PvP has 1 times multiplier. Treasure map will have 2 times multipliers. So first place will get 200 points. And this then scales, of course, with the rest. And Kisna Clash is 3 times multiplier, so first place will be able to get 300 points. So, of course, the PvP points are less relevant when you look at it like that. Personally, I still like to get top 10 in Robin for PvP, mostly because you never get these chances to compete with JP. But also, if I feel like top 10 is hopeless, then settling for top 50 will be pretty chill as well. So we'll see what happens. But let's talk some strats if you really want to go high, you want to compete with JP. Because, I'll move back to in-game now. Because I talked about this before, let me be very clear here, the difference between Japan and global in PvP. Japan, all they want is to farm the Rumble tickets. Like you see here, I got 6,000 Rumble tickets. Japan just want to get more and more and more. And this is so they can upgrade all the Gather Islands. They want to get to plus 600 CC. They want to max everything. They're really completionists like that. They don't care if they have to spend gems. I'm sure some care where they rank. But basically so many people on JP run 3 teams, easy wins, that it doesn't matter if you run a good defense team. Nobody's going to fight that when there's tons of free teams. But on global, of course, we don't have that luxury of free teams. And this is because global players in general, the top rankers, they are obsessed with ranking. They want to rank as high as possible, and they want to spend as little gems as possible. Sure, they appreciate the tickets, but they don't have any rush. They don't need them right now. They just want to secure a good ranking. So that's the difference. And this difference will be very obvious now, since Japan is going to be compared with global, and there's no way we can compare. Also because Japan has a lot less loading time, so even if we did the same strat, JP will still definitely win, because they can start games a lot faster, they can refresh a lot faster, and yeah, they also have a different PvP culture, so to say. But I'm still imploring you. I've committed to doing this, so I will continue this. I committed that for this PvP final, I will put up a free team for the duration of it. As you see, I'll be starting a bit low, but I'll be up there in the top 100 in the first 24 hours pretty easily. But many have asked me, like, if I put up a free team, how should that look like? And yeah, let's look at some examples. This first one is what I ran last season when I put up free teams from time to time. And basically the idea here is that everybody on global has a pretty good Dex team. Like, Dex is the easiest one to build a good team of. So you can put together a team of like weak, old, quick units that, yeah, doesn't really stand a chance against any Dex team. So that's basically a free win for any Dex. One thing to note though is the combat power. You need to have pretty good combat power, so you can't just put on NL and don't max his rumble stuff. Like, in general, to be visible, you need to have pretty good combat power. You need to be... otherwise, if you're too low, opponents won't see you, which is why not everything works. We'll look at some examples of that. One other thing you can do is to do the auto-edit route. Like, this is a team I legit just pressed auto-edit on, and this team is awful. Like, it has a lot of strong units, but it has zero synergy. So this should be a pretty free W, if you ask me. Like, yeah, it's basically just whatever is the highest power. It could cough up something pretty good, but in that case you can just swap some units or such. That's a pretty good baseline you can do. To go into what you should probably avoid. First, we have the people who try to put just a few units to make it easy. Like, in my experience, like, I've tried 3-man defense teams, those can show up for sure. But if you go 1 or 2 units, I wouldn't do that for sure. That won't be seen. Basically, if you're very close in ranking, it's possible you can see these very low combat power teams with few units and such, but like, you won't be helping people very far away, and like, even to find you, it will take like 50 refreshes maybe, so pretty much a pain. Another thing people like to do is themed teams. This is an example of that. We have like a Mugiwara 56 team, and this one could actually be visible, but it also depends on your investments in units. Like, I have investment a lot in levels and level limit break and stuff like that. Not that much in rumble scrolls and such, so if you have very low investment, it won't show up. Mine might show up, especially if I invest rumble scrolls, but I won't do that. But yeah, people like to do teams like this. So I don't really recommend it, but you can get it to work. The problem is that you can't test it yourself. If it does work, so doing something like I showed before with auto-edit team, or just put up a bad quick team or bad strength team or something, will be a lot more successful. And what you should definitely avoid is something like this. Very low combat power, like no limit break, no rumble abilities, just very weak. Like, sure, it's a cute waifu team, but yeah, basically nobody will see that, and to see it they need to refresh countless of times. So yeah, avoid doing that if you want to help. The question is, should you help? It's up to you. Like, if you help, you really give up on getting any wins from Pyro Rumble. So this is only if you want to sink gems in, to keep playing, get as high as possible, and try and decrease the power of the people who do really good defense teams. Because if a lot of people follow this strat in the top 100, especially in the top 20 or such, then the top rankers who will probably use very annoying, hard to beat defense teams won't get any defenses, and yeah, basically we can try and change the mentality a bit. I don't think we'll ever get when a lot of global players go unbeatable defense teams or easy to beat free teams all the time, but we might be able to persuade them to not run just the hardest teams. The reason like rank 1 and such like to do that is because it's hard to catch up them, so it's part of the game saving strategy. So you're not getting any defense really, but nobody's going to beat you consistently, going to be hard to catch up, so you have to spend less games. That's really the global mindset of things. But yeah, let me know what your goals are for the World Cruise in general and the Pyro Rumble part specifically. But yeah, I've given you as much info as I can now. Now we just have the real finals, and yeah, it starts in less than 24 hours from me posting this video. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. See you next time.